there's a possibility that we could be looking at DeBoer wondering if he's the long-term answer at coach for the Tide?
I'm starting to feel like Alabama, I can't believe I'm saying this, Craig, is a sleeper. Fourth easiest schedule in the SEC this year. Ryan Williams is back. I think the friendly, these early season games against Florida State and Wisconsin, that is friendly for Alabama.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Sick and tired of seeing tennis players fall to the ground in disbelief, like they captured the Rubik's Cube here. It's take it easy. You won 6-love, 6-2, 6-3. I mean, it's not like it's dramatic. I did today, but I'm saying, I see that guys do that all the time, and women do that. It's like, relax. You won in straight sets. It was a foregone conclusion an hour ago. Stop pretending like it was a dramatic victory.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
You are going to bank on Luka Doncic, who is a phenomenal talent, but his defense has been questioned, his work ethic, his time has been questioned, and his conditioning has been questioned. Name me one time in his 23-year career that you've questioned one of those three things about LeBron James.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Everybody also is going to know the name Yuri Perez next year because Yuri Perez, obviously in fantasy circles, is the guy that we've been excited about for a while. Burst onto the scene a couple years ago, was electric, was fantastic. Then Tommy John, and we've been waiting for him ever since. And, all of a sudden the last couple stars starting to look like the Yuri Perez that I know I was very excited about drafting going into this season. And he has been brilliant.
Fantasy sports today, only on SportsGrid.
Let's roll. This is SportsRage. I am Gabriel Morency. The pitch, the players, the hustlers, the people to bust them, and everybody else in between. The Thursday night throwdown has begun. SportsGrid Radio and Television Network, Sirius XM Channel 159. Quickest 120 minutes in sports talk and television. Let's do this thing. We've got a CFL game right now. We're into the fourth quarter right now, and it's been a strange game with ups and downs. More ups for the Toronto Argonauts, more downs for the Montreal Alouettes. The Montreal Alouette football team, the closest 10.5-point favorites in this football game this evening. Meanwhile, it's the Boatmen, the oldest professional sports franchise in North America, who have the lead right now, 25-20. There's about 7 minutes left in the game. The Argos have an injured player down right now, and it looks like he's hurt for real type of deal. I don't know, like his leg, I don't know, broken leg, whatever. Like his leg seems to be pretty much done right now. So he's on the field. They're dealing with an injury right now. The total closed at 50. It actually came down. It was 51.5 to 51. I think it closed at 50, 50.5, depending on when and where you bet it. So midway through the fourth quarter right now, 25-20. It was 25-7. And the Alouettes have been chipping away. They just scored a touchdown a couple of minutes ago. All right, the guy's up and walking. Oh, it's the running back, too. This dude's been good for them. The little dude. So the Alouettes just scored the last two touchdowns of the game, but they went for two, trying to cut the lead to 25 to 22. They didn't get the 2-point conversion, so they're still down 5. They got to get a stop, touchdown, whatever. We'll see how this plays out there. It's the CFL. CFL games generally end pretty wildly, right? So I'm anticipating something crazy happening in the next couple of minutes. Here, the Argos, speaking of which, man, the Argos, speaking of crazy stuff, the Argos just threw like a bomb, going for it all, nearly caught, but it wasn't. So we need more points to get the over here. We're on the Argos. I tease both sides, which I'm realizing right now, though, if the Alouettes score a touchdown, I guess they would go for 2 again to try to get up by 3. We would get the push as they closed it -10 tonight. But entertaining game this evening in the CFL. We got NFL news. We got NBA news. We got NBA Summer League action. I see some people, especially sports books, Like, I got to tell you, man, I don't want to be like that old dude. I want to be like Clint Eastwood sitting on the front porch, but what the hell's wrong with people? Like seriously, I see all these sports books out there and their social media accounts, and they're posting, oh, we got a fumble, but the Alouettes get it back. They're posting, what are you going to watch today? There's nothing to bet on today. It's like, for the love of God, like it's your business to want people to bet. There's NBA Summer League action going on. There's a CFL football game on right now. It's always happy hour somewhere. They're playing tennis right now. They're playing badminton. We're playing cricket. Hell, Malaysia are playing Hong Kong as we speak. All right, you got Greyhounds. There's always something. You got the Mexican Baseball League. But I find it amusing that somebody's sportsbook accounts, oh, there's nothing going on today. It's like, all right, you actually have things on your book that are up, but you're telling people there's nothing going on. I don't know. If I was the CEO, I'd probably fire him. But if I was the CEO, I also probably wouldn't bring my side piece to a Coldplay concert and then panic when I got caught on the screen. So that story's taken over. I like what I like what the internet has done with this, though. The internet's just absolutely blowing up. It's like it's such a big story right now. It's like literally it's like the internet story of the year. So far. Hell, like the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, Coldplay themselves, posted a tweet a couple hours ago saying, I guess we need to have a section in the stadium with no cameras for the adulterers. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers are like, come to the game tomorrow. We won't film you. This dude's a billionaire, too, so he's going to be paying large. Big first down for the Montreal Alouettes right now. They've got a ways to go, though. They're buried deep in their own end of the field. And, of course, we're talking about 110 yards. All right, so NBA Summer League. We pulled the trigger on the Toronto Raptors, my Toronto Raptors. It's been a tough couple of years to be a Raptor fan, but, when I'm a fan of a team, if they suck, I just deal with it. I don't cry about it every day and stuff. I'm like, all right, we're going to suck for a couple of years. You got to bite the bullet, right? But, and it's like, okay, we got to start winning some games now. And I think the Raptors can start winning some games this year. But we bet on them to win the Summer League. And the way the Summer League works is the teams, the top 4 teams with the best record advance to the Final Four of this thing. And I was feeling pretty good about it for the Raptors. Raptors are 3-0. They're looking really good. They're 8.5-point favorites tonight against the Golden State Warriors. We'll get you the updated number right now down to 7.5. So Raptors minus 7.5 total, 186.5. Pretty high scoring total for a Summer League game. And the Raptors are going to want to win this game because they're trying to make the Final Four. But I see they get into tiebreaker stuff. If there's more than the 4 teams are undefeated, and they have this weird points type thing. And I got to dig into this. I'll full disclosure. I don't like admitting I don't know things. I like to pretend I know everything about sports, but I don't know what the hell. I know the Summer League and their format and, all right, the Final Four, but the standings, it gets into points, right? Like Oklahoma City have 14.8 points. Is it margin of victory? I don't know what we'll get into the tiebreakers. We might have to get into the tiebreakers, but the Raptors need to win this game. They're laying 7.5. Kind of feels a little high, though, doesn't it? I do think they cover the number, though. So if you're really a DJ and you want to get in on this right, the Alouettes throwing a bomb, that's not going to work. Wide receiver sort of went soccer style and was kind of looking for a flag there. He kind of fell on his own. Refs didn't fall for it. Oklahoma City are 4-0. Charlotte are 4-0. The Sacramento Kings are 4-0. Minnesota Timberwolves are 4-0. The Atlanta Hawks are 4-0. Toronto Raptors 3-0. And the Clippers haven't lost. All right, so although we can't update it, though. Some of these teams are ending their games right now and just sort of played. But the gist of it is the Raptors want to win this game tonight, all right? Because they can make the Final Four, and they would like to win the NBA Summer League. Speaking of the NBA, somewhat of a surprise move. Dame Lillard is returning to the Portland Trailblazers. Lillard's going to miss next year. He's not going to be playing next year. So, he's hurt for real. So, a lot of people thought he would buy his time. And a lot of people thought, including myself, I got to be honest with you, I would have thought that Dame Lillard, if you asked me what team Lillard was going to end up on, I would have said the Golden State Warriors. right? Dame Lillard, if you're unaware, he's from Oakland. Like, he's a local legend. He's very popular in the community there. He goes back there, and it just seemed like a good fit to end his career with Steph Curry and company. And, you know, listen, Lillard's not the player that he used to be, but on a good team, Lillard, you know, Lillard can't be the guy anymore, right? I'm not taking anything away from him, but Lillard ain't dropping 35, and, you know, there ain't going to be, like, gifs of him pointing at you after he hit a 3 from 50 and stuff like that, right? But you put him around good players and stuff, and if he's healthy, you know, he could be a contributor and a good contributor. But, you know, the thing is, like, in Milwaukee, it wasn't enough, him and Giannis. Like, you know, it just isn't. And Portland, Lillard's almost saying, you know what, I'm happy in Portland. He always was. Winning a championship isn't everything. I'm super rich. I'm super respected. I got no problem with it. Some people are criticizing him for going back to Portland, but the same people that would criticize him say, oh, you know, it sucks. Remember when players used to stay with the same team? So people just bitch one way or the other. Shut up.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this one? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
This is SportsRage. I am Morency, and normally during the commercial breaks, we have a touchdown, and something big happens. And we were setting it up. We opened up the show, 25-20. We told you a competitive game, fun ending coming up here. The Alouettes actually successfully moved the ball 95 yards down the field, wide open. Chris Speaker, wide open, wide receiver, catches the ball, and goes like college style. Like the CFL is a lot like college football at times. Like crazy things, like it'll be like, you got to be kidding me. And it's like, that's why the dude's in the CFL, not the NFL. Like, it's a high-quality league. I love the CFL. They're really good players, as you see. But they all just do, like, one weird thing, once in a while, where it's like, bro, like, really? Like, come on, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, in the NFL, like, you're on ESPN, like, all week, and, like, you're on the highlight reel, like, bloopers of the year. One of those, he freaking fumbled the ball on the 1-yard line. He's going into the end zone, and he dropped the ball. Dude, the game would have been over the number already. Like, the touchdown would have got us to 52, and he dropped the freaking ball on the 1-yard line. And, of course, the Argonauts are the most opportunistic son of a bitches in the world. Like, they always, like, and it's the same white guy, Sluka. The guy fell on the ball again. Like, the same guy to return 2 kicks the other week. Like there's Sluka. Like, hey, there's the ball. Hey, Sluka's on it. No, Sluka. So you can't make this up. So then they get the ball back to the Argos. The Argonauts just fumbled on a sack. The Alouettes have first down right now on the 10-yard line type of deal. They just picked up like 4 yards on first down. While I told you guys something wild was going to end at the end of this game. But I don't mind the wildness, but just give me a damn touchdown from either team. I don't care. Somebody put the ball in the end zone. All right, so there's that. Cam Stewart in the house. How you doing, Cam?
Hey, Gabe. I'm actually hoping Alouettes put it in the end zone. Got them live when they were getting pummeled. Got the +4.5. And we have the over in this game, which we took. But good call on you. I'll give you credit, Morency. The whole world was, Montreal's going to kill them, including myself. And the Argos have shown up. And I'll tell you one thing that we know, and you know this better than anybody. The Argos is a big dog, 9 to 12 points, double digits, Grey Cups. These guys are great underdogs.
Montreal.
Yeah. They are
Davis
still good
Alexander rushes it in for the touchdown, and the Alouette fans are going crazy.
Hey.
I miss going Alouette games.
Not Andy Dalton, Davis Alexander. He's a redhead that'll come through. Great run.
Is he a redhead?
I needed that.
I'm just thinking,
big time. He's fire. Yeah,
is he sheer redhead? Yeah. I was thinking he was more
big
blonde.
Time. No, he's red. Yeah. I'm more brown. He's red. Yeah, big time. When he's got his headband on, it was like, he's straight up redhead.
Let's see.
You'll see when he takes off his helmet.
Yeah. He's fire red. It's dark red, but
Yeah, he's a ginger. He's a
you're right. He kind of does look like Andy Dalton a bit too. I'm looking right now.
He doesn't have those crazy eyebrows like me.
No, he's not as. No. You look like more like Andy Dalton. Like he's got he looks like he's half redhead.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
He looks skinnier and cooler. Like, I'm more like a pudgier guy. Andy Dalton's kind of got that, He
doesn't have a redhead guy's face, but he's got he's got hair, sort of. You know what I mean?
But yeah. He's like more of a blonde skateboarder from California, but he's got a redhead. Yeah. Andy Dalton.
He's from Gig Harbor, Washington. He played at Portland State.
I like that. I love it. I love guys from the Pacific Northwest. That's
you know where Davis Alexander, Arbuckle played. Nick Arbuckle.
How do you drop
Georgia State? Nick Arbuckle.
I like that.
I saw an interesting piece tonight. Dave Naylor did it. He used to come on my show years ago, but now for the last 10 years, he acts like he doesn't know me. Never did anything to him, but maybe it's because I said that he should really shave his head. Like, remember I said, you got to shave your head, bro.
You're like, you're looking like a planet. You got that ring of hair. Just get rid of it.
You got the Dave Naylor going. I don't think he liked that I used him as an example. I said, you got the Dave Naylor going.
You were really fair on that. You're giving every bald guy with the ring of Saturn good advice.
Yes.
Like, if you got the ring, lose it, bro.
I considered him a friend. I told a media colleague of ours. I didn't say it directly, but I joked.
Yeah.
I said, just let it go, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You hang on to like Cam said, the ring, like the George Costanza. Just let
it go. Doesn't work.
And look, now he's all bald and he looks cool on TV. Just say.
I agree. See, you know what? You gave him great life advice. It took him 10 years to get.
No, thank you from him.
No, that's a great piece, Brent. You talking about where they showed like the divisions, like Big 12, MAC, and all that. He did a great job. I enjoyed that feature as well.
I thought
it was great.
I personally thought it would be the MAC. Like when I saw, which is the NCAA conference with the most CFL players? And right away I laughed to myself. I was like, it's got to be the MAC. Right? Because we always kid about the MAC guys in the CFL, but it isn't. Right? There are a lot of Canadian dudes in the CFL that played in the MAC, but that's where it sort of ends. And it was actually more higher end than I thought it was going to be honest with you. And for you college football fans out there, tuning in. For the record, the conference with the most players in the Canadian Football League in the NCAA, the Big 12.
Amazing.
The Big 12. 11%, actually. Pretty significant. 11%. The 4 power conferences, the ACC, the Big 12, the Big 10, and the SEC. ACC as well. 31 ACC. 24 Big 10, Cam. There's 18 SEC players. 18 SEC players, 24 Big 10 players. ACC and Big 12 actually tied. I don't know, like before they were saying Big 12, but I see 31 and 31. Amongst mid-majors, and there we go, Cam. How about this? There's our conference. The MAC, baby. 16 players in the league from the MAC.
Fantastic.
That's a nice representation.
Who had the most, though, Gabe? Memphis. The Memphis Tigers represent because they had more guys on the practice squad. It was a tie, but they gave it to Memphis.
Yeah, there's been a lot of Memphis Tigers in the league over the years. Correct. You know, another one, too, Cam, there's been a lot of, you know this, we could just start rattling them up. Been a lot of East Carolina Pirates in the league.
I love that school. I love that school. David
If you're
Garrard.
a good wide receiver at East Carolina, you got a career with the Rough Riders or Stampeders in your future. Like, you know what I mean? You ain't going to the Dallas Cowboys, but you know what? You can play for the Stampeders, bro. You're good at East Carolina. Yeah, he said that's funny that he said Memphis. Yeah, there's a lot of Memphis Tigers. Memphis, Wake Forest, North Dakota, Houston, and Oregon are the top 5.
New to casinos and not sure what to play? Well, try Blackjack first. It has a lower house advantage compared to other table games, making it especially player-friendly. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
Aaron Judge is great, but if you want to talk about full contributions to a team, maybe I'm biased as a former catcher myself, but I think Cal Raleigh's working a little bit harder than everybody else, and I think Cal Raleigh should be right in this thing. If he sets that single-season home run record for a catcher, I think that's probably what it's going to take for him to overtake Judge. I don't think it's impossible for him to get there. I think it's unlikely.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
The tennis players are just the worst. They're just the worst.
I do that after I get a parlay. I'm falling to the ground. I'm excited. I'm like praising the Lord. Win a parlay. Come on. We're allowed to celebrate.
I'd rather, it's okay if you hit a parlay, yes. But if you win the match, no. The player can't do that. The bettor can. It's as simple as that.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Last week, Luke Wilson reposted a picture of the Lions practicing, and he goes, please tell me this isn't their practice field. Do they practice in a public park? And Farrell and Lodge said, no, they have a little facility, but it's open to the public. No, it's a public park. Like, it basically, like, there's like kids playing basketball, like, yeah, no, it's bad. I looked, I'm like, dear God.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
Wow, we've got a wild ending going on here. So the Alouettes take the lead, 26-25. Game barely goes over the number, but we'll take it. They tried to get the 3-point lead, and they went for 2 again. They don't get it again, of course, just to screw me because I tried to double tease this game, and I never double tease games, and I did tonight. But thank God we actually got to 51. The Argos were just moving the ball, actually, and we're at midfield, but they threw an interception. But the Argonauts are challenging this. And if, the NFL guys, people go to CFL, the NFL copies a lot of things the NFL does. They look at the rules that the CFL has. And if there's one thing, and I know there's a lot of reviews in football already, but if we're going to do it, let's do it right. And the cool thing in the CFL, you can review roughing the passer, which in the NFL you can't. Like, you can say, dude, our quarterback got smoked in the head. You're gonna look at this and you're gonna see it, and you got to. And this is what they're doing now. Well, this is subjective. This is whether you're old school or new school. It looked like a clean hit to me, but he did hit him in the head.
He turned to the side.
Cam, I think they're going to call it roughing the passer here.
I agree.
Like he launched. No, looks like they didn't. No, they called no penalty. Wow.
That's
I'm
the right
surprised.
call, because at the end he turned a little bit, like he was going to hit him with the helmet, and then he kind of just moved a little. Like if he caught him flush, it's definitely a penalty. But Gabe, I got to tell you too, like this game was interesting. Like the 2-point conversion was right in the guy's arms. I'm with you. Like this could have been crazier, but wow, Montreal really, really got a scare. And I got to tell you, and you were on top of this. This team at the start of the year looked like infallible, but you're right.
They're not the same team.
No, they're not at all. The Argos had big chunks on them. They had plays. They ran the ball. Like the Alouettes
look at the
same
Alouettes.
team.
The Alouettes couldn't beat the BC Lions, and Nate Rourke just came back. It was same thing, 21-20. It was a battle for them to win. And I'm thinking, what? Now you're going to win by 11 points? You're going to wave a wand because Davis Alexander's back, right? Like, and the Argos aren't bad. They just find ways to lose. Yet this is almost perfect. The Argos cover, and we're a step closer to the season win total. We got under 11.5 guys, and the Argos are now 1-5. Like we're literally two more losses away from winning the bet, which I knew we were going to win this bet. It was my biggest CFL bet. I put like 1,300
and our
to win
Calgary
1,000.
won. I got to be honest with you. Like I don't want to ever give ourselves a total pat on the back, but our two biggest plays were Calgary over, Argos under, and they're almost won. Like now, like you know what I mean? Like that was like you couldn't have done. Like those are the ones that have the biggest gap between them. Calgary's on fire, and the Argos are off to a horrible start.
Yeah, the Argos do have 29 seconds here, though, and they're getting the ball back.
Oh.
We'll see if they can backdoor this, which I'm an Alouette fan, but at the same point in time, I'm also a fan of winning, so it would be better for me, actually, if the Argos would kick a field goal here. No, actually, you know what? It wouldn't matter, actually. Because we're already at the over. I was thinking I needed the Alouettes. It would have been better with the Alouettes kick. So, whatever's going to happen here. Although some people, though, got 51s. This is really depending on when you bet it. All right, so George Kurtz is going to step up in a couple of minutes. Fun CFL game. You know what? I think last week we had all three games of the CFL go under the number. We had close games, but we had the delay. It went to Saturday. It changed the dynamic of that game. What's going on? So it's over. 26-25. The Alouettes survive.
Get them on the money line when they're down too. This is a perfect scenario for both of us, I think. Great pick on the Argos. We had Montreal live. This is awesome, and we get the win on the total by the hook. They missed two 2-point conversions at the end too, so we're pretty lucky there. Good stuff.
Yeah. And I had the Toronto Argonauts first to 15 tonight at plus 260.
Wow.
As well, which I'm a fan of this. I posted that pick for everybody. The CFL, the book often offers like the first to 15 tonight. Normally it's the first to 20, but tonight they did the first to 15. And anyone that tails us, which I know a lot of you do with the CFL stuff, is we've had a lot of success with this, with like going with the underdog to get to 15 or 20 first. And hell, we saw it tonight. The Argos were up 18-4 early in this football game. We cashed that nice plus 260 right away early in the first half. Exciting game, rough loss for the Toronto Argonauts. Alouettes squeeze it through 26-25. We'll talk about tomorrow's game a little bit later on. Calgary Stampeders getting 3.5 on the road against the Winnipeg Blue Bombers tomorrow night. And if you're that cheating couple at the Coldplay concert, the Bombers have offered free tickets for you.
New to casinos and not sure what to play? Well, try Blackjack first. It has a lower house advantage compared to other table games, making it especially player-friendly. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
Aaron Judge is great, but if you want to talk about full contributions to a team, maybe I'm biased as a former catcher myself, but I think Cal Raleigh's working a little bit harder than everybody else, and I think Cal Raleigh should be right in this thing. If he sets that single-season home run record for a catcher, I think that's probably what it's going to take for him to overtake Judge. I don't think it's impossible for him to get there. I think it's unlikely.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
The tennis players are just the worst. They're just the worst.
I do that after I get a parlay. I'm falling to the ground. I'm excited. I'm like praising the Lord. Win a parlay. Come on, you're allowed to celebrate.
I'd rather. It's okay if you hit a parlay, yes, but if you win the match, no. The player can't do that. The bettor can. It's as simple as that.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Last week, Luke Wilson reposted a picture of the Lions practicing, and he goes, please tell me this isn't their practice field. Do they practice in a public park? And Farrell and Lodge said, no, they have a little facility, but it's open to the public. No, it's a public park. Like, it basically, like, there's like kids playing basketball, like, yeah, no, it's bad. I looked, I'm like, dear God.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
Let's roll. This is Sports Rage. I am Morency. The pistol players, the hustlers, the people, the bust, and everybody else in between. SportsGrid Radio and Television Network. A wild football game in the CFL. Once again, the C stands for crazy often in the CFL. We had like a bunch of crazy sequences. There were like 3 turnovers in the last minute and a half of the game. Alouettes rally back down 25-7. They ended up winning 26-25. Complete breakdown from the Toronto Argonauts, who were moving the ball. Then they threw an interception to end the football game. That's kind of been a theme where the Argos will play like pretty well. I talked about it last night, and everyone's like, oh, the Argos are terrible. They're 1-4 in this. And I said, yeah, they don't really get blown out, though. They've been in every football game they played in. They lost by 18 in week 1 to the same Alouette team, and there was like a pick 6 in that game late. They've been in games. They just find ways to lose all the time. And that's what happened tonight once again. And gutsy win for the Alouettes this evening, improving to 4-2 on the season. Argonauts now 1-5. Arbuckle finishes with 242, 2 touchdowns, interception. Davis Alexander 26-39, 303, goes way over his number. 1 rushing touchdown, 1 passing touchdown for Davis Alexander, who actually now just ties the all-time CFL record for most wins in a row as a starter. Davis Alexander has now started 8 games in his CFL career, and he's won all 8 games. Danny McManus, our boy Danny Mac, also started off his career 8-0. Bo Levi Mitchell started off his career 7-0. So 1 more win for Davis Alexander, and he sets the all-time record in the Canadian Football League. We'll bring George Kurtz in a moment, but time for me to pull a Barry Horowitz and pat myself on the back here, Tommy, if we can go to our first Best of X tonight. Let's do this Open Championship style. We went over some of the odds boosts last night right before tee-off. And all the talk of the Open, somehow I managed to nearly miss getting my plays in, and I actually didn't get a few in. I had to play them in-game because the tournament started. It wasn't that late for me here on the West Coast. It was like, 10:30 at night, whatever. And I'm watching, like, Matlock or something, and I'm like, oh, God, I got to get these bets in. And I start clicking away, but we hit one today, and it was pretty nice odds here, too. We just dropped 15 on this one, and It was first round top 20s. First round top 20s. Justin Rose, top 20. Rory McIlroy, top 20. John Rahm, top 20. I dropped $15 on it, and it paid $274 back.
Amazing.
And
I did the same
I only
one,
bet
Gabe.
like 200 on the entire tournament or something like that, 150, 200. I don't go crazy on this golf. So I've already paid for my tournament now. And now I still have a bunch of dudes that, have a chance of winning and a couple of props and stuff. But I'm glad that I hit the plus $274 back. Like I said, I'm not a diehard golf bettor, but it's good to be ahead of the curve. So when I play golf, I know I'm like, all right, I did win that time. I won that other time. So I'm playing with a little bit of house money now.
Great bet. I did the same one, only $10. And I looked at my account and went, wow, there's like more money in there because I had first round leaders with the guys that I took top 40. Bazoutenhout and Fitzpatrick are both tied for the lead. Gabe, this is probably the best start ever I've had. I gave you 5 outrights. Every guy's 4 to 5 are in the top 10. Fitz is leading. And Schauffele is 32nd. So every guy's inside the cut line. That's what I say. I hate Sundays in golf because it's been a great start to the tournament. A lot of guys we have are off to great starts.
George Kurt steps up. And George, good to see you. How you doing tonight?
Hey, George.
Yeah, I'm doing well. Doing very well. And once again, Gabe, congratulations on your wedding. Glad to see everything went well and very happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, George. We appreciate the kind words. So I wanted to ask you, we'll get into some baseball, but TJ Watt today signs the biggest deal in NFL history for a non-quarterback. 3-year contract extension, $123 million. Big-time money. And it's funny because the first story that people talked about after the deal, George, was how does this affect the Dallas Cowboys? It always goes back to the Cowboys and the Maple Leafs somehow. So how is this going to affect the Dallas Cowboys? And it really is amazing, isn't it, George? Like, Jerry Jones has built his reputation on being like this brilliant businessman and stuff. Yet the Cowboys are legitimately like the worst team in the NFL at handling contracts. And we saw the same thing with Dak Prescott play out where they waited. You got to pay. You wait with Parsons. And, everybody's kidding tonight. I'm sure you've seen it all over the net, George. Everyone's kidding, and there's all kinds of gifs about how happy the lawyer is going to be of the billionaire's wife that got caught cheating last night at the Coldplay concert. What do you think Micah Parsons and his agents are thinking right now? Like, how happy are they to see this deal that TJ Watt just got? And like I said, once again, the Cowboys misplay the market.
This is what they do. When I say that Jerry doesn't care about winning, he does not. Because you don't do this. He's going to announce the contract for Micah Parsons at some point during training camp. It's what he's done with Dak, what he did with CD, what he did with Ezekiel Elliott back in the day. It's what he wants to do. We all know what the contract's going to be or what it should have been, and it keeps getting higher. You do the math here. Watt got $41 million. Micah's going to get $42. All right, that's what it's going to. I mean, the Yates are like cha-ching. We just made more money here because Jerry waits, and he's not crazy. He knows this. He just doesn't care. Or he wants to announce it when he thinks he'll get the biggest PR and the biggest bang for his buck. I don't know if that's after week 1 of preseason, week 2, right before the.
And it's also non-confrontational in a way as well. He's almost like, you know what, like you said, I don't really care about winning a Super Bowl, so I'm not worried about, I could squeeze 5% more out of my salary cap here, or I could do this and be smart about things. I think his deal is, well, let them set the market, and then I'll pay it after. Right? He lets the rest of the league always set the market on his own players, George, almost all the time. You know what I mean? Instead of just cutting a deal and offering a deal, he always waits and see what all these other star players get, and it gives his own players like a big, big leverage against them. It's insane.
It is. That's funny. That's the word I was going to say. It is insane here, but that's the way he's done it. All right, and it's just for whatever reason, it's what he believes in. Remember, he's a PR guy, right? He loves to sell. It's what he's good at. What he's always been good at.
Guy lands his helicopter on the practice field when you're 2-5.
Oh my God! No, about that.
Look, I got a helicopter. Yeah. We're all very impressed, Jerry. You got a helicopter. Good for you.
He's an IB guy. He's the only owner in the NFL who has a press conference at the end of every game, win or lose. He wants to be the face of the franchise.
He's the only. You're right. Like most cities Most cities, it's like the coach has a radio show once a week on Tuesday morning or something like that. In Dallas, it's the owner. Like, what owner? Like, Pagula's never doesn't even talk to the media in Buffalo.
Oh, no.
Like, what owners have, like, their own, like, talk show and, like, radio show and then cut off, like, and undermine the coaching staff. That's why it was laughable. Like, I saw Albert Breer and Colin Cowherd saying, Nick Saban of the Dallas Cowboys makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot. What are you talking about? What, the most power-hungry coach ever is going to work? Like, what are people talking about, Kurt? It's like, Nick Saban, come on. Like, that's...
Think about when he hired Brian Schottenheimer. When did he hire Brian Schottenheimer? On a Friday night when there was no news going on here and no one's paying attention. That's when he hired Schottenheimer to hide it. All right, this is what Jerry does here. Listen, the Cowboys are not going to win under him. They might get lucky. Have a good year every now and then, but they're not going to win consistently under Jerry Jones. They're just not. Not until he goes away here. And then again, I'm not so sure Stephen Jones will be any different.
The win total 7.5. They're going to get to 8?
I think so. I think they're an 8-9 win team. Maybe
they're better than the Giants still. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Like, that's not big. I mean, they're better than the Giants still.
Schedule is tough, though. That schedule for the Cowboys and really everybody in the NFC East is rough. All right, they're playing with the AFC West. It won't be easy here. But if Dak stays healthy, I think they'll win 8-9-ish.
It's a big year for Dak, actually. Like, this is like, let's see, if makes a lot of money.
You're going to have the suck uniforms the entire season, but 3 games will give you with the best uniform. Those are the issues I have. The powder blues out for the Chargers. That should be every game. The Miami Dolphins old uniforms that they throw it back to. That should be your uniform, not the trash you wear now. The Patriots. You ever see them throw back with a little football player in the helmet? It is beautiful. But let's keep the trash uniform.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
So they're working together to kind of figure out what's happening here. Like you mentioned, we saw these videos of these 2 pitches that he threw, but there's a reason that those were flagged. It's this betting integrity monitoring service called IC360 flagged specific bets on those 2 games from Ohio, New Jersey, and New York, which were placed on these things called micro betting markets.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Seiya Suzuki and Pete Crow Armstrong, this is the first time the Cubs have ever had 2 players reach 25 home runs before the team's 95th game. I thought that was a stunningly odd statistic that you would have just thought, well, the Cubs, storied franchise, all these big superstars that they've had, and even superstar tandems, they've never been this good, and they continue to be that, man. They are just continuing to hammer the baseball. Pete Crow Armstrong, what an incredible trade that's worked out to be for the Chicago Cubs.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
There are better opportunities out there for LeBron than the Lakers if this is how the Lakers are going to operate.
They really put Milwaukee as bad. I have to put my glasses on. Giannis may not be there. I'll tell you right now. New York!
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I am Morency. We're going to get into some baseball with Kurt. Just talking NFL, bringing up a little NFL stuff with T.J. Watt, getting the big bag. I saw a great tweet from his brother J.J. He said, "I swear, bro, if I ever have to reach dinner again, that ain't happening." And he compared how much money he made in his career to what TJ's getting right now. But as far as Dak Prescott is concerned, he's a polarizing player. Listen, the Cowboys are like the Leafs or the Yankees. Like, there's certain teams, the Dodgers. If you're on the team, you're going to be judged differently. But when healthy, Dak puts up big numbers. And when healthy, people criticize Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy is one of the best coaches in the league against the spread. All right, Dallas Cowboys are one of the best covering teams against the spread. You look at Dak Prescott's record as a starter in the regular season, very impressive. Yes, they've struggled in the playoffs, similar to a lot of other teams. But looking at his number, and I see a prop here, Kurtz, Dak Prescott to throw for 4,000 yards, yes or no? The yes to the over is plus 130. When he played, basically this guy is, in 2021, he threw for 4,449 yards. 2019, 4,902. Last year, he was on pace to throw for 4,203. Now you add Pickens to go along with Lamb. I like the running back that you bring in out of Texas. I think you got a better running back room right now. What about Dak from a prop perspective this year, Kurtz?
Well, if he doesn't reach those numbers, then the Cowboys didn't get the 8 or 9 wins. That means they plummeted, right? Because if Dak's not playing well during the regular season, if he's not throwing the football, Cowboys aren't winning. The defense is so at best. It has I think upside, but it's so at best. The run game, I mean, you mentioned what? It's Javonte Williams, Miles Sanders, Jaden Blue. Unless Blue is going to blow people away, the running game has issues here. And we'll see about the offensive line.
But better than last year, in my opinion, better than last year.
Can't
and
be
I
worse.
think Jaden, exactly. Would you rather have Elliott or a kid in Jaden Blue who's got a lot of explosiveness and catch the ball? Right? Come on.
Blue. Not even close.
Exactly. Blue, I think Blue's going to surprise. In fact, Kurtz, you're a fantasy guy. Are people taking any flyers on Blue? Because I would in the later rounds. I think he's going to get some touches as the year goes on.
No one's betting on Miles Sanders, I can tell you that. But Blue is getting some people believe in Javonte Williams. He's actually a late-round flyer in fantasy leagues. People 13th, 14th round, they're taking a shot on Javonte Williams. And I would much rather have Blue, by the way. It's not even close to me. I'd rather have Blue. But Javonte Williams is actually the guy that fantasy players are taking. Maybe, once again, we're talking a guy that they know the name, right? You know Javonte Williams a little bit. But Jaden Blue, you may have to think about, the rookie they drafted later on. That sort of thing here.
I see right now I'm on CBS Sports, and by chance I was about the Cowboys, and I saw bets to make, and they have a story here, 10 NFL bets you need to make now. So looking at this, I'll ask you, Cam, Denver Broncos, over under 9.5 wins. Would you go over or under with the Denver Broncos this year?
I'd go over. I think Bo Nix is very, very solid. I love the way he plays. I think they're going to be better. They're well coached. I think the defense is good. They have a lot of studs there. That division, Kansas City's aging. It's a tough division, though. I think the Raiders are going to be a little bit better, the Chargers, too. But I think the Chiefs are the team that regresses. I think Denver wins probably. It's a good number, 10 or 11 for the Broncos for me. I think they go over.
Are you that optimistic, George, about the Broncos this year?
Well, I haven't bet it. All right. So I'm not. I think I lean towards Cam's way. All right, but their schedules. I mean, they need to clean up in the beginning when it's a little easier.
Yeah, they open up. They open up with a couple of cupcakes. So not cupcakes, but the Titans. You get Cam Ward in his first ever game. So Cam Ward on the road in Denver, first ever game. They should win. If the Broncos are going to be a 10-win team, you better beat the Colts in week 2. Then you go to Los Angeles, week 3 against the Chargers, toss-up game. Host the Bengals, winnable game. Broncos at Eagles, Broncos Jets, Giants Broncos, Cowboys Broncos, Broncos Texans. It's manageable, actually. Back end, it gets tougher, though, because they don't play the Chiefs yet. Raiders at Broncos, Chiefs Broncos, Broncos at Commanders, Broncos at Raiders, Packers Broncos, Jags Broncos, Broncos at Chiefs, Chargers at Broncos. They had a really good defense last year. People are buying into Bo Nix, but there's often the sophomore slump, guys, with quarterbacks. Is Bo Nix in the second and third year? Is he going to take that next step for real right now? I think I'm with to me it's sort of the correct number. If the old if I had to make a choice here, I would say they either win 9 or 10 games. I guess the question is, are they better than the Chargers? Who do you think is going to be better, George? Chargers or Broncos?
I mean, I think the Denver defense is top 3 in the league. So I think it's going to be a really good defense. Chargers, it's more of a work in progress here. I think they're
another year under with Harbaugh's system. You bring in Najee Harris. You got to love Hampton. People must be taking him in fantasy. Hampton.
Yeah, fireworks.
Which is very similar. They play with Giants, Miami, Indianapolis, Pittsburgh, Jacksonville. It's the same type of schedule here. I think I trust the Denver defense a little bit more here, but I think they're both around the same 9-10 wins.
To be honest, their head-to-head will dictate it, to be honest, probably. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it'll be that tight with both of them. That'll win here or win. Yeah.
One of those teams.
Gabe, Bo Nix
not beat the KC twice.
Bo Nix is not your typical sophomore quarterback due to the length of time he played in college and his age, right? He's mature beyond his years, and like a lot of those other guys, like I just think he's one guy that can.
But you know what that means?
Just continue to grow. Yes?
No, but I don't think he does. That's the whole thing. I think Bo Nix is one of these guys. He probably won't get that much better. Jameis Winston was like that. Jameis Winston is the same now as he was as a rookie. There's some guys that's like, yeah, they're good early, and then it's like, peaked? Yeah, he's 26, 27 years old. Like, so how much better is he really getting? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying he's not going to improve with more experience in the NFL, but I'm just stating that, like, I don't think he took the league over last year anyways, but he needs some help as well. But he did better than I thought he was going to do. I'll say that. But I think that's a fair number for it. Like, I'm not running to the window one way or the other. I could tell you, though, it's plus 130 for Dak Prescott at 4,000 yards, but his number is 3,850.5. If he doesn't get hurt, he sails over that number, guys.
You're going to have the suck uniforms the entire season, but 3 games will give you with the best uniform. Those are the issues I have. The powder blues out for the Chargers. That should be every game. The Miami Dolphins old uniforms that they throw it back to. That should be your uniform, not the trash you wear now. The Patriots. You ever see them throw back with a little football player in the helmet? It is beautiful. But let's keep the trash uniform.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
So they're working together to kind of figure out what's happening here. Like you mentioned, we saw these videos of these 2 pitches that he threw, but there's a reason that those were flagged. It's this betting integrity monitoring service called IC360 flagged specific bets on those 2 games from Ohio, New Jersey, and New York, which were placed on these things called micro betting markets.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Seiya Suzuki and Pete Crow Armstrong is the first time the Cubs have ever had 2 players reach 25 home runs before the team's 95th game. I thought that was a stunningly odd statistic that you would have just thought, well, the Cubs, storied franchise, all these big superstars that they've had, and even superstar tandems, they've never been this good, and they continue to be that, man. They are just continuing to hammer the baseball. Pete Crow Armstrong, what an incredible trade that's worked out to be for the Chicago Cubs.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
There are better opportunities out there for LeBron than the Lakers if this is how the Lakers are going to operate.
They really put Milwaukee as bad. I had to put my glasses on. Giannis may not be there. I'll tell you right now. New York!
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
See, the Canadians struggled in the opening round. Corey Connors was the best at 73. Bunch of chokers, Canadian chokers. We'll get back to that after. I'll get Cam's thoughts on that later. So, speaking of chokers, actually, the New York Jets aren't chokers. You got to get into a position of power to choke. Like you have to have a lead or something like that. Yeah. But I'm going to say something, and I said for years, I think I coined the phrase, nothing, the sentence, I like the New York Jets this weekend has never ended well. It's like saying I like the Cleveland Browns or something. I don't ever recall, guys, and I've been doing this, we're going on 24 years this show. A lot of you guys have good memories, so I don't know, in the Chad Pennington days, did I ever say give me the Jets over season win total? But, George, you're in New York. Everyone talks about the Giants all the time, and now that Aaron Rodgers is gone, no one talks about the Jets anymore. But, bro, they have done a great job, drafting players. Let's call it off what it is. They're stocked at almost every position. So you bring in Justin Fields at quarterback. I see a win total here, 6.5 to the over, plus 115. Over 5.5 is minus 160. I'm not going to get too crazy here and tell you guys that the Jets are like a 9-8 or a 10-7 team this year, but I'll put my money that the Jets are at least a 7-10 team at plus money, and I'll play them both. I'll go over 5.5 and over 6.5. Buy or sell my Jets take, George.
I mean, they got to survive the first month. Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Tampa, at Miami on a Monday night, Dallas, Denver. Yeah. That's not easy. I mean, it's not terrible. That's not easy. They could easily be 1-5, 2-4. Then you're behind the 8 ball. But for the Jets, it's all about Justin Fields. Can they design an offense that fits him best? It seems like teams can't. Right? They want to make him a pocket passer. It's not what he does. You have to move him out, move him left, move him right, get his feet moving, make the defense go, figure out where he's going to be here. Can the offensive line hold up? We like Breece Hall. We like Garrett Wilson, right? The defense is good, but can the rest – I have my worries here about Justin Fields. And not so much him, but will they design the offense around him? Will Aaron Glenn make it so, okay, we have to make the offense about Justin Fields, not about a pure drop-back passer, not Jared Goff from Detroit. I think they should, but that schedule is scaring me a little bit. I like over 5.5, but I don't think I would take over 7.5.
6.5 plus 115.
6.5.
Plus 115. Mike Evans has got 1,000 or more yards in 11 straight seasons, Kurtz. 925.5 this year. Is there a reason why he doesn't get there this year?
Baker Mayfield gets kidnapped by aliens. That's the only thing I can think of. You do 925 by 17. I mean, that's like, 50 yards a game. You're not asking for anything. So,
and who are their other wide receivers? Like they did draft a kid, actually, right? So looking at their depth chart right now, and everyone's always hurt on this team, right? Godwin's always freaking hurt. They bring in Sterling Shepard, not a threat. Ibuka, that's who they brought in. He's good, Ibuka, actually. He's a stud, but he's a kid. So, 925.5 for Mike Evans. This is a walk in the park, guys. I mean, like George said, the only downfall to this is the quarterback situation. They don't have a backup quarterback in Tampa. Kyle Trask, Michael Pratt, they're in a lot of trouble if Baker Mayfield goes down, Kurtz.
Even if he goes down, I just do the math here. It's 54 yards a game.
Yeah. And they don't have any running backs on this team either. He's the only guy they can throw it to.
That's the whole thing, Gabe. I look at this team and one injury, they're screwed. Like you said it. Look at the backup quarterback depth. It's awful. You got the kid from Washington, McMillan. He dropped balls. Look at the receivers. Evans is getting older, but he's still the main guy. This domino effect, Tampa Bay is one of those teams, they're grinders, but when you really look at the depth, it's a major concern at tons of positions with this team.
I think Atlanta, and you know what? This is another flaky team to say, all right, I think they're going to have a great year. But as a betting man, which we are, I would say Atlanta wins this division. Kurtz, Atlanta or Tampa? I think it finally catches up to Tampa, bro. They've won this division 4 years in a row, man.
I prefer Tampa. Do we trust Penix over a full season? I mean, I don't know if I do yet.
I do.
Love John Robinson.
I do too.
Right?
I thought Penix looked really good last year. He nearly beat Washington, Kurtz, on that Monday. He nearly beat Washington on that Monday night game. It wasn't his fault. If you look it was just unleash him and let him throw the freaking football around if you're Atlanta. It looks like Drake London's going to turn into a star, too. This kid looks like he's ready to break out.
What about the defense, though? Defense hasn't been good. We're still waiting for it. They did draft a couple of pass rushers.
Love the draft. They got my boy, Will Pierce out of Tennessee. They got the kid Jalen Williams out of Alabama. They drafted 2 defensive linemen in the first round. They weren't playing around with that.
going to have the suck uniforms the entire season, but 3 games will give you with the best uniform. Those are the issues I have. The powder blues out for the Chargers. That should be every game. The Miami Dolphins old uniforms that they throw it back to. That should be your uniform, not the trash you wear now. The Patriots. You ever see them throw back with the little football player in the helmet? It is beautiful. But let's keep the trash uniform.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
So they're working together to kind of figure out what's happening here. Like you mentioned, we saw these videos of these 2 pitches that he threw, but there's a reason that those were flagged. It's this betting integrity monitoring service called IC360 flagged specific bets on those 2 games from Ohio, New Jersey, and New York, which were placed on these things called micro betting markets.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Seiya Suzuki and Pete Crow Armstrong is the first time the Cubs have ever had 2 players reach 25 home runs before the team's 95th game. I thought that was a stunningly odd statistic that you would have just thought, well, the Cubs, storied franchise, all these big superstars that they've had, and even superstar tandems, they've never been this good, and they continue to be that, man. They are just continuing to hammer the baseball. Pete Crow Armstrong, what an incredible trade that's worked out to be for the Chicago Cubs.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
There are better opportunities out there for LeBron than the Lakers if this is how the Lakers are going to operate.
They really put Milwaukee as bad. I had to put my glasses on. Giannis may not be there. I'll tell you right now. New York!
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Level 2 has begun. This is SportsRage. I am Morency. All right, let's keep this thing moving. Thanks to George Kurtz for stepping up in it. We'll go over the open odds. We'll get back to the golf, obviously, because it's going to be starting again in a couple of hours. But let's keep talking football. And Sean Higgs really he went viral. Speaking of people going viral, and now Sean knows a married man. Don't go to a Coldplay concert. But you went viral last year on this program, actually, with the Chicago Bear take. And it's funny because you got so much hate, like literally tens of thousands of people, all the Bears podcasts and fans picked it up and stuff. And they all hated you. They didn't hate me. And they came at you like really hard, except I was like, no, I don't think they're going to be terrible and stuff. I wasn't saying run to the win of the bet the over, but I got no heat for being wrong and calling you out. And you didn't get a lot of love for being right when it was all said and done.
Great call,
so that's the way it works, Higgs, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to get called out, and after, whatever, she was right. But
you could be wrong. It's fine. I could be right. You could be wrong. But, like, how? I don't like that you go back because I liked all the things, and I commented on people saying, like, stuff. There was a good one. Someone put my face with, like, the clown nose on. Then you go back and delete them. Why would you go back and delete them? Like, leave it up there. Like, come on, bro. You're a fan of the team.
Oh, they deleted after. Yeah, exactly. That's the worst. Yeah, just own it.
That's so weak.
But just own it after and say, all right, hey, you know what, good call with the Bears, whatever. But is there a team this year? What about the Bears? Because a lot of people are running back to the window with the Bears again because, Ben Johnson, they did do a nice job in the offseason with the offensive line. Like, we'll give them credit for that. They definitely addressed those issues. But the Bears are still almost like the Cleveland Browns or the Jets or something, guys. Like, believing that they're suddenly going to get good is a big leap of faith. And when I was gone, I wanted to comment on this. I don't know what the hell. Like, forget about the Epstein files. I don't know what the hell, like, Ryan Poles has on Bears ownership. Like, this guy got, like, a 5-year contract extension the other day. I'm like, wow. Like, I wish I could be a GM in the NFL, go like 4-13 every year and get a 5-year contract extension. But so you get the Chicago Bears this year, over under 7.5, -160. Bears to the over 8.5, +120. Bears over 9.5, +200. Higgs, are you buying in that they're up and coming now that Ben Johnson is there this year?
Well, one, what do you mean you wanted to comment? You didn't. I mean, did you even consummate your marriage? Congratulations, by the way. All I saw was just tweets from you all weekend.
Did I consummate it?
All I saw from you was tweets all weekend. This guy's amazing. He's going on tour.
I was saving that for on there. I didn't want to hit that off there. I wanted to do that on there.
No, that's good. Well, that's the thing. Well, like,
you never.
I didn't realize our matching shirts here too. Actually,
Yeah, you guys are a
double-
team. I know what I love it.
Listen, I'm
Team
messing it
party.
up, bro.
Yeah.
You're
go.
Canadians. You probably see this guy on walking around, right? You see Sasquatch up there? He's out in the woods with riding on a caribou. I should get a special one with him on a caribou with like a Vancouver Canucks hat on or something for you guys.
Sasquatch lives in Colorado, number one. And number two, what do you think? There's like moose and Sasquatches walking around downtown Toronto right now?
You know me. You know I think about
They're
Toronto.
very Nordic. They don't like bears. Don't run in the city and eat people and stuff. This guy thinks it's the
like
land of
you got-
wilderness.
What do you have up there? You have ice skating
This
rings and
guy's-
wood. I figured. All right, we're going to go off the rails. You know how I draw it off the rails sometimes. But let's get back to the Bears. I initially kind of like their over at 8.5. But the more I look at it, I'm like, because am I just blinded by Detroit with like the coaching change, and last year's Detroit season was so perfect, right? Their schedule, all that. And now I look at it, I think Green Bay is going to be better. I don't know what to expect from Minnesota, right? I mean, we got a new quarterback in. Granted, last year's was basically a rookie kind of guy coming in, but experience. I don't know where to go with the Bears team this year. I really don't. I want to do the over 7.5, but I kind of want to go under 8.5. If you could get an 8.5, I'm not. I don't know if I'm going to play in that game. Now, individual games one thing, but season long, no. Although since we're doing football, I want to piggyback on Kurt. So you guys were talking about the Jets and stuff. Now that's an interesting total there with those guys.
That was my take. That I said I'm one of the few that thinks the Jets could be good. At least good enough to win 7 football games, 6 football. Dude, it's 5.5 minus 160, 6.5 plus 115. Dude, they're loaded at every position.
Gabe, they're listed right now as underdogs in 15 games this year, right? So you're thinking, oh my goodness, how are they even going to win 3 games if they're underdogs at 15? They have 6 games and a 7th one at 2.5 at 1.5 at plus or minus. Like, so you get lucky, you catch some breaks, right? I mean, we saw the Vikings get lucky in these close games. You get lucky in a spot like this and hit 5 of these, you're an 8, 9, 10 win team all of a sudden. Now, are they going to win 10 games? I don't know about that, but if you get your breaks, right, you get your call, a hold, and whatever the nonsense, this win total should sail over to 7 or 8 wins.
A lot of it. It comes down to what your feelings are about Justin Fields. It seems that more people are they roll their Justin Fields. Justin Fields was 4-2 last year with the Pittsburgh Steelers as a starter when they threw him under the bus.
Listen, Bears fans,
he was 4-2.
I told you not to get rid of Justin Fields last year. That's the reason why I went against you guys. I said, he's not the problem. He had a terrible coach and coordinator. He's a professional. He's got guys around him and a decent coach. I think he'll be all right. And I think I bet him week 1 already, +3. I'll take him against the Steelers in week 1.
It's a good point.
Against,
as far
Rodgers
as the coaching stuff is concerned. Now you got Aaron Glenn in New York. It's the first time in a hell of a long time you've had a serious coach in New York, right? You got Aaron Glenn. He's well respected. Yeah, he's a defensive coordinator guy, but players like him. There's not going to be drama with Aaron Rodgers around this football team. They can just sort of worry about playing football. I think the Dolphins guys are a team going in the wrong direction. People are overhyping the Patriots a bit. They're going in the right direction, but I think this McDaniel party's about to blow up. Like, it's time for you to go to a rave, McDaniel. It's over for you.
Exactly. Take your
it's done. Like, go to the Gap. Go to South Beach. Go shopping with your wife. You're done. It's over. Bring in a real football coach here with a whistle and a mean-looking guy. Like, you know what I mean?
You're so right.
Bring in Tom
That's one of my
Sula, the
bets.
guy with the mustache. The first dude that your mother divorces after the breakup. Bring in Tom Sula. He'll set this room straight.
Your line's the best. You go, that's who your mother deals with when she gets back on the dating scene. A guy in a K-way. Tom Sula shows up at the door with
I didn't invent the line. It was online. There was a picture of Tom Sula, and it said, said this guy looks like every mother's dude that dated after they broke up with their father in the 70s.
That's
it was Tom Sula with his mustache showing up.
It's so true. I got to say, this game, that was my biggest bet. I think the Dolphins are going to be horrible this year. I think McDaniel's the first coach to get fired. I think it all implodes. I'm with you. I think the Dolphins are going to be horrible this year.
7.5. That's the win total for the Dolphins. 7.5 minus 105 to the over, 115 to the under. 8.5 overs plus 160. Under 8.5 is minus 200. What do you think about the fish, Higgs?
I have trouble betting Miami based on Tua. Like, I worry about him getting hit and being knocked out, and then there you go. Like, when he's in there, he's accurate, and you got Hill and Waddle, great, but I don't know.
Waddle's always hurt, too.
Well,
Hill always gets arrested. There's not a lot to like.
Waddle, how about Waddle over 3.5 touchdowns this year? He had like 2 last year.
Fair.
Usually he's good for 4 or 5.
Yeah,
3.5
that's fair.
Right? For even kind of money kind of stuff, 3.5. My buddy was telling me, like, you know what? That's not a bad one. I could jump on that 3.5.
That's fair. Well, hit on the Vikings. If you look at the Vikings, guys, the Vikings are getting respect. Their win total 8.5, minus 150 to the over. 9.5 is the real number, plus 100 to the over.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
All right, we got a full house on the program, so we'll keep this party going. All right, we found a great shot on Best of X, one of my favorite parts of the show. People love it. What I find amusing online when I'm scrolling through the social pages, and we came across this old school picture of one of our guests here that people just need to see. right now. Let's roll it. All right, let's kick it old school style. Sean Hicks, look at Sean.
Look at that lid. That is ridiculous. God, that's awful.
What's wrong with that? Come on, bro.
I think he looks great. You look like Mike Piazza. You look like
he actually does look like Mike Piazza.
When do you think
you know what, Higgs, when I see this, you look to me like you would be like you worked on the set. Like if you show me this and you say, yeah, when I was younger, I worked on the set of the King of Queens there, and you show me this picture, I'll be like, yeah, like I can see that.
Higgs on boom mic.
I love the hair. What year is that from?
That was I think like July of '95. I was 20, so I was almost turning 21. Yeah, because I shaved my head after that because I went home. My mom saw that. She's like, "Oh my goodness!" I shaved my head. She dyed it. She like put stuff on it. I had to go to the Acme and buy some stuff, but then it colored my scalp, and I just said,
"Was it hard to get that blonde out after and stuff?"
Oh, it wouldn't come out. Like whatever I did with my boys. We were down in LBI.
What a hairdo. That hairdo is amazing.
Yeah, I was 20. And then I shaved it afterward. That was it. And then
so that was it, really. This is like the last shot of history type of deal. And now, like you and I, you'd be surprised.
When he was born, I had some hair.
I could show you videos and pictures of me where you'd be like, "No way, that's you."
Is this still up on the screen on Twitter? What are we doing with this?
No, not now.
No.
But
I'm gonna go to the live and see if it's on there.
The thing is, you couldn't go back now if you wanted to. That's the thing. Like with me, it's like the dude on Seinfeld, right? The guy that shaved his head. He said, "I'm not bald. I just do it for my swim team." And George said, "That's like pretending you're handicapped and like using a wheelchair when you're not actually like handicapped." And then after, when he wanted to grow his hair back, he couldn't. He's like, "Oh my God, I'm going bald," and he was already bald. So he said, "Oh my God, I'm going bald." He's already bald. It's too late for us now, Higgs. There's no turning back. Once you shaved it, it's done. Like if you tried, what would happen now?
I know I'd have hair. I definitely got a little bald spot going in the back, a little Taylor ham head. If I grew it in, it looked like a big slab of Taylor ham on my head. But I still have hair. If I do it, I mean, sometimes I get a shot. My mom's like, "I like it better when you have a shadow on your head." I'm like, shaved my head for 25 years. Like, what are we doing, Ma? The head's been shaved for a long time.
We just talked about this at the start of the show. The Ring of Saturns doesn't work for anybody. It's bald. You don't leave any like hair around it. No, you're out. You shave the whole damn thing. And you and Morency don't have any dents in your head. Me, I can't be bald because my head's full of dents. Like that's the whole thing. I'm lucky I got hair because my head's all mashed up at the top.
It's good. Yeah, I can shave the head. It's good. No cuts or nicks shaving. There's nothing. No, I got to dig into something.
Before we get you out of here, I was going to say, I want to get to baseball, though. There's a lot of time to get to football, but football's 49 days away now, the NFL. But I like this Arizona Cardinal team. I like the direction they're going in. I do like Kyler Murray. I think he's matured as a leader. I think Marvin Harrison Jr., anybody that's seen him and the shape that he's in now, the dude looks like twice as big. Like he doesn't look like the same body. This kid really hit the weight room hard. I like the drafts that they've had. I just like a lot about Arizona, but it's a competitive division that they're in. And the odds makers are onto it at 8.5. Like it's like, wow, you got to be 9-8 at -115 just to win the damn bet, which that's not something, oh yeah, that's good value. But the odds makers agree that Arizona could be a better football team. But Higgs, before we get you out of here, baseball is back tomorrow. We got some big series. Red Sox and Cubs. I said 2 weeks ago on this show, I said, keep your eye on the Red Sox. When the Blue Jays were hot, I said, well, I think the Red Sox are going to go on a streak. If you look at their schedule, we'll see if they're able to keep this going. The Cubs have had a great first half of the season, so we have a big-time old-school sort of traditional like series here with the Red Sox and the Cubs at Wrigley. We got the San Francisco Giants and the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays were smoking hot going into the All-Star break. The Yankees and the Braves. Braves are sputtering, but the Yankees need to get back on track. Dodgers host the Brewers, and big series in my backyard here with the Houston Astros and the Seattle Mariners this weekend. What do you think about the weekend baseball card?
Well, it's funny you mentioned those, and I've bet a bunch of those. I took Boston with Giolito. I grabbed him. I took Toronto because Verlander's just been terrible. Braves with Strider. I'll go that route as well. Dodgers, again, I can't do the Dodger number. What are they, like 2-1 over to Baruch? That's a pass for me. But I did take Seattle at -125 there with Castillo on the hill early. He was listed earlier. I don't know if he still gets the nod.
Looks like Woo now. I'm seeing Woo just for the record.
I mean, I get him, Gilbert, or Woo. I mean, I'm not complaining about any of those guys at home. They're all, I love Woo. I think Woo's a great pitcher. So.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, it's funny that they have those big series that you like those games. Yeah, the Mariners guys -135 with Woo versus Walter. Listen, the Astros have been playing good ball, but Seattle historically, guys, have played the Astros tough. Actually, it's a big rivalry for them, so they can compete. For the record, the Detroit Tigers -120 on the road with Olsen versus Corbin. Texas Rangers +100. The Yankees sent Stroman to the hill. Pick 'em, -110 against Strider. -110 for the Braves. The Royals, -125 against the Marlins. Alcantara is on the market. He's going to get traded soon. So, yeah, it should be a fun weekend of baseball. All right, Higgs. Any last bets on the way out? NBA Summer League, anything else you want to share on the way out here?
How about Carolina, Jets, and Browns? 3-team parlay of your life for week 1 in the NFL. There you go.
Whoa.
It's a nice
week one parlay you're giving us. I don't even know who they're playing. Carolina, who's Carolina playing in week 1?
Carolina's a 3-point dog to the Jaguars.
Saints, right? The Jags?
You got the Jags. They're on the road. Jets are home against the Steelers. And the Browns, 5.5 against Cincinnati. I like that.
Wow. What a card you have. What a card.
That's my shirt. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Need help with your NFL picks? Get NFL insider knowledge from Pro Football Doc, Dr. David Chow, with Sick Picks at Sports Injury Central. We reveal hidden injury advantages the sports books miss. Our doctors provide insights, and our algorithm tells you who to bet on. Spreads, player props, totals, in-game bets, Sick Picks covers it all. Get a free week now with promo code SportsGrid at SickScore.com.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple 18.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Want to play roulette? Here's a tip. European roulette has a lower house edge than American style. The lower the house edge, the better shot you have at winning. Most online casinos offer European roulette. So, if I were you, I'd get spinning. Now, go get lucky. See you in Lost Pages. Let's get lucky.
This is SportsRage. I am Morency, the pitch, the players, the hustlers, the people, the bust them, everybody else in between. Great stuff with Higgs. Quickest 120 minutes of sports talk and television just flying by tonight. We have one more Best of X, actually. That was awesome stuff with Higgs. We got to get it's going to be a fun segment, actually, moving forward. We'll get pictures up of our guests and what they look like when they were much younger. Like people like Mick Aussie. Like if Mick Aussie gives you a business card, Mick's face is like 21 years old on his card. It's like it's like you superimpose like it's like Mick found like Mick used to have these business cards and you look at his face and it's him, but he literally looks like 24. And then you look up at him, it's like, dude, like, no, that's not the picture. That's not the one. No, that's not the one. There's one where you look like even younger. Like, you got like it was an old card, Mick, an old one. Speaking of old, today I got into it with Luke Wilson again on Twitter. I'm gonna stop doing it. Like, it's just I saw he was bashing Darsh again, and he was bashing middle-aged CFL fans. So he's like, all you middle-aged, you're all losers, and it's time for a new fan base. So I'm like, bro, why don't you try to like grow the game and bring in new fans that are alienating the people that actually buy tickets in this league right now?
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't make it like mean or personal. Like we go back and forth. It's respectful, but like, so he didn't like though what I said, bro, you're 35 years old. I said, you're not 22. I said, why do you think you speak for like teenagers? I said, you're 35. So he got mad. He said, who do you speak for? And I took a minute to respond, and I said, degenerate gamblers. Yeah, I literally blew the internet up. Like the internet, people were like putting him in a coffin after. They were like, you lose, Luke. And they were like, Morency's the man. He's right. And Luke, suddenly Luke Wilson.
Gamblers.
Yeah, that's what I answered, Kev. Degenerate gamblers.
Answer.
That's what I said.
I love it.
That's all I
great
said.
answer.
Degenerate gamblers.
I
said,
love
who
it.
do you
You're
speak
35.
for? Like,
You're not 20. You're 35.
Yeah. I'm tired of this. Like, McKinnis came on. The other day, these old guys in CFL and these young fans. Like, you're not 17 either,
talking like we're
McKinnis.
talking like that. Like we're a bunch of old.
How old are you,
geezers.
McKinnis?
Shut
Like,
up.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. You're so right. Everyone's calling us old. Get sick of it.
Yeah. Can't believe we're at that time now. It's like, yeah, shut up, you freaking punks.
Yeah,
Get off my lawn.
Get off. Yeah, you little jerks. Yeah,
So,
I'm with you.
See, so I thought that was funny. But then later, though, me and him agreed on a couple of things after. So we're going back and forth. It's all in fun. It's all in good fun. We didn't work it out, but we'll just continue to troll each other online. And
fair enough.
Like, yeah, we'll just continue to troll each other online. And he likes it, and I got no beef with it. I got into it with a few people today online, like unwillingly. My boy Jimmy Murphy, who I like, he didn't like that I commented on something he said about the Maple Leafs. That he tried to make me look bad. I said, chill out about Joshua. Everyone in Toronto's acting like Joshua's Brad Marchand or something. And I like the player, but I said, you guys got to chill out. He's not like, he's all right. And Murphy's like, he had cancer last year. And then he posted, Morency's calling this guy out for his play last year when he was recovering from cancer. It's like, I never said that. Like, you know what I mean?
See, that's why I don't get on those things,
just because he had cancer, like I said, he's overpaid. You know what I mean? He makes a lot of money. What do you want from me? Like,
that's the whole thing about these internet fights. Like, people will say one thing, you say, and they twist it. It's not even what you say.
He did twist it on me. I expected better from my boy Jimmy.
Yeah, I got bet.
And then you'll like this one, Cam. Our boy Feinberg. I saw he posted. He posted online, who ruined your Thursday at the Open Championship? And I said, hasn't this who ruined your Thursday? Yeah, but like, so I said, I captioned it, Cam, and I said, I love my boy Jeff, but I said, hasn't this already been done? And then I got a thing from him, you're pretty sensitive and stuff. I'm like, dear man, I'm the one that's sensitive.
Wow, I didn't know all this happened today, man. I better stop watching golf.
Yeah, even you got to laugh at that. Who ruined your Thursday at the Open? I'm like, come on.
Like, who ruined my Sunday? It's like, a lot of guys ruin my Thursday. And it's a golf tournament, bro. Like, what do you want? Yeah.
Come up with a different phrase.
Yeah, I agree. Say, who sucked?
I said after. Thursday? I said, may the winners be your segment coming up next? And like, so.
Amazing. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Mick. It just makes you sick. Sorry, I'm dying right now. I didn't know all this stuff happened today. Wow.
Yeah, that was just my afternoon on Twitter today, one after another. I'm like, Luke Wilson, Jimmy Murphy, Jeff Feinberg. Yeah, but I love our boy Feinberg and Jimmy Murphy, too. It's all good. Yeah. Jimmy went full panic mode on me right away, though. Calling me out like I called him out for having cancer.
can have the suck uniforms the entire season, but 3 games will give you with the best uniform. Those are the issues I have. The powder blues out for the Chargers. That should be every game. The Miami Dolphins old uniforms that they throw it back to. That should be your uniform, not the trash you wear now. The Patriots. You ever see them throw back with a little football player in the helmet? It is beautiful. But let's keep the trash uniform.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
So they're working together to kind of figure out what's happening here. Like you mentioned, we saw these videos of these 2 pitches that he threw, but there's a reason that those were flagged. It's this betting integrity monitoring service called IC360 flagged specific bets on those 2 games from Ohio, New Jersey, and New York, which were placed on these things called micro betting markets.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Seiya Suzuki and Pete Crow Armstrong is the first time the Cubs have ever had 2 players reach 25 home runs before the team's 95th game. I thought that was a stunningly odd statistic that you would have just thought, well, the Cubs, storied franchise, all these big superstars that they've had, and even superstar tandems, they've never been this good, and they continue to be that, man. They are just continuing to hammer the baseball. Pete Crow Armstrong, what an incredible trade that's worked out to be for the Chicago Cubs.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
There are better opportunities out there for LeBron than the Lakers if this is how the Lakers are going to operate.
They really put Milwaukee as bad. I have to put my glasses on. Giannis may not be there. I'll tell you for now. New York!
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
All right, let's do this thing. I am Gabriel Morency. I feel like that girl calling Taylor Swift out for doing the walking and talking bets. I own that bit. That was the best. You're not allowed to walk and talk at the same time. Then I did the sitting. That was good, too, for a couple of weeks. Our boy Higgs did the in the pool bets, the sitting bets. Then you got Mick Aussie, the creator, the original online content creator. Before it was cool, Mick was the online influencer many years ago. So, Mick, CFL tonight, wild ending once again. Montreal Alouettes found a way to pull it out tonight, but let's move forward. We only got one segment more here with you here, Mick. So, CFL tomorrow. Calgary Stampeders have been the surprise story of the league with a 4-1 record. They beat the Bombers a couple of weeks ago at the Stampede Bowl. What do you think happens in the rematch? Who do you like tomorrow?
I think that the Bombers players and fans will be so hyped to see Milt Stegall back there on the TSN panel after his son unfortunately died. His first game back is a legend. Stampeders will get arrogant and big-headed after having a few wins in a row. I'm going to go for the Bombers to win this and probably more than 3.5. But Stamps have been good. I've got to hand it to them. I was wrong with them so far this year.
Saturday. One of these times this summer, we'll tell the story of Mick and the Calgary Stampeders and Mick cutting a tree and upsetting the Stampeder organization, the real story. Now they don't get enough fans, Mick, where people want to watch for free, right? You can get in for so cheap. But in the old days, people used to watch for free the Stamps. You could see, and they put trees up. And I think Mick, cut a tree, moved some branches or something like that. They weren't happy about it. Yeah. He moved the branches. There was a hole.
Just a little box there you can peek through.
Yeah, the Stampeders it was pretty cheap of them. They got mad that people were sitting on this hill and you could see into the stadium. And they put some tree. It was it was pretty jerk of them to put the trees up in the first place. But anyways, let's move on.
I agree.
All right, so Rough Riders and BC Lions. The Lions are actually favored in this game now by 2.5 points. Rough Riders have a lot of injuries on defense. They've beaten the Lions 3 straight times. Rough Rider fans always take over BC Place for this game. They have a lot of fans. It's like their road trip of the summer. They always they sell the most tickets for this game every year in Vancouver. Who do you like in that one, Mick? Rough Riders or the revamped BC Lions?
Oh, I'm going BC, mate. I saw them destroy the Elks here last Sunday. Rourke's back. Butler had a big game. They got very good wide receivers. Peters on defense. They're looking really good, and I hope the Riders lose. So I'm going to take the BC Lions. And I tell you what, mate, we've had a lot of losses here in Edmonton, but the crowd was angry last week. They were really angry. Elks players could not tackle, and the offense was bad. Our boy Trey Ford had a shocker. It was bad, mate. It was an absolute thrashing. BC to continue that good form, I think, and I hope.
Good news for Edmonton is you guys have a bye week this week. Hamilton and Ottawa, the rematch from last Saturday. Ticats 1.5-point road favorites in Ottawa. Who do you like, Mick?
Oh, this is a tough one. I mean, look, what are Red Blacks? 1-5. Apparently the players love their coach, Bob Dice, and they reckon they might be playing extra hard for him. But nah, Tiger Cats are on fire with Bo Levi, Jeans Mitchell to Kenny Lauder. What a star, mate. He might be MVP the way he's going. I'm going to stick with the Ticats to keep on their roll and go 4-0, but could be a close one.
All right, let's switch gears to the AFL. Overnight action, although it's early, 5:40 Eastern time, so there's no real early late game tonight. You got to wait till the morning. Weird times actually, 5:40 and 11:20, so just one game in the overnight. Brisbane and the Western Bulldogs. Brisbane -8.5, total 171.5. Hawthorn Hawks against the Power, Port Adelaide. Hawthorn 30.5-point favorites, -650 on the money line. What do you think about the first two games here, Mick?
Yeah, take the Lions to continue winning up there at home at the Gabba. They're second on the table, reigning champions. Bulldogs, Crows beat them last week. I was loving that. Bulldogs' defense is very average, so take the Lions to win, and I think win well. Port Adelaide and Hawthorns, interesting. It's down there in Tasmania in Launceston, and the weather could be really, really bad. Take the Hawks to win, definitely. Port Adelaide have got Rosie and Horn Francis, two of their best players out, but maybe take the Power to cover because it could be really wintry, rainy and windy down there in Tassie, which is the bottom of Australia, so it gets cold down there, a bit like Vancouver weather.
I didn't know Tasmania was real. I thought it was just in fairy tales.
Oh, that's real. It's very real.
The Tasmanian devil. Says down at the bottom, you say. Huh? So, yeah, Sydney and North Melbourne. The Surfers, the Pretty Boys, the Surf Boys.
Yeah.
They're 40.5-point favorites against the Roos. So, obviously, a big number there. You got Carlton and Melbourne. The Demons -11.5 against the Blues, plus 11.5, 162.5. West Coast -6.5 against Richmond. Am I reading this correctly, Mick? The West Coast Eagles are favorites. Who are they playing? Like a senior home in wheelchairs. Who are they playing?
Senior home.
Well, they're playing. That's why I got my Burnaby Eagles jersey on. I'm tipping them to get their second win for the year. Tigers
Their
got a
second
lot
win of the year.
injuries. Yep, they're at home. I think they'll be focused on this
What
game.
week are we in now?
What are we,
Week 19? What round are we in now?
Yep. Yeah, week 19. Tigers at average too.
They've won once. They've won once.
That's their second win of the year. What week? 19?
Yeah.
So this is it. Why are Richmond not bad? Do they have a lot of injuries?
Oh, well, they won the premierships and they're young kids. They started the year well, but they got injuries now and they lost their full forward Lynch for belting someone. So, they haven't got much. Eagles might get that done and take the Demons to beat the Blues. Blues are terrible, but that's an average game. Take the Sydney Swans to beat the Kangaroos in Sydney. 40 might be a bit much, but Roos have got a lot of injuries. Take some moneyline multis this week because the bottom teams are terrible this year. There's only 9 teams out of the 8 can make the finals, so moneyline multis is the way. I hit some recently. They're very good.
All right, good stuff. Mick Aussie. AFL football. Quick Summer League check right now. Golden State Warriors up 40-39 on the Toronto Raptors. Odds makers aren't budging on this, though. Even though the Warriors are up 1, the Raptors are still 4.5-point favorites, -310 on the money line. It's a must-win for them if they want to keep on advancing. You got to be in the top 4. There's a bunch of undefeated teams. So they've got to keep this thing going. And they got to go 5-0, and we'll see if they could be one of the teams standing. I got a future on the Raptors. So, as I said, 40-39. What's the total here? 167.5? I'm going to jump in on the over here. I'm going to jump in on the in-game over.
In this game.
167.5. Yeah, but it's 40-39. The second half just started, Cam. There's 8:51 left in the third quarter.
They're picking it up.
If I could find my phone. Oh, there it is. All right. So we'll get this bet.
168.5 now. That 10 seconds cost you a point. These guys are quick.
Yeah. By the time I get this done here, we'll see what it is. And
back down to 167.5. Fluid market.
It's okay as long as I don't lose because of the number. Now I got to log in. I'm not logged in. Son of a.
Good luck.
Let's go. Let's hurry up here.
I had a lot of problems with it today during the live golf. I was going nuts.
They have a lot of good perks, this book, but I don't like their slogan. When you open it up, it pops up, never ordinary. It's like, never ordinary, because your app only works half the time when I open it up. You gotta, you're in a rush and you got to restart it, Cam. It's like, never ordinary. I'm like, you guys should really change your slogan. It just pisses me off.
Yeah.
Never ordinary.
Here's another one.
Yeah, you're right. It's never ordinary. It never works.
This is taking longer than expected. No, thanks, pal. I know. You're costing me a lot of money right now. Spin.
Never ordinary. That's Mick Aussie. Yeah. That should be your line, Mick. Never ordinary.
You're going to have the suck uniforms the entire season, but 3 games will give you with the best uniform. Those are the issues I have. The powder blues out for the Chargers. That should be every game. The Miami Dolphins old uniforms that they throw it back to. That should be your uniform, not the trash you wear now. The Patriots. You ever see them throw back with a little football player in the helmet? It is beautiful. But let's keep the trash uniform.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
So they're working together to kind of figure out what's happening here. Like you mentioned, we saw these videos of these 2 pitches that he threw, but there's a reason that those were flagged. It's this betting integrity monitoring service called IC360 flagged specific bets on those 2 games from Ohio, New Jersey, and New York, which were placed on these things called micro betting markets.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Seiya Suzuki and Pete Crow Armstrong is the first time the Cubs have ever had 2 players reach 25 home runs before the team's 95th game. I thought that was a stunningly odd statistic that you would have just thought, well, the Cubs, storied franchise, all these big superstars that they've had, and even superstar tandems, they've never been this good, and they continue to be that, man. They are just continuing to hammer the baseball. Pete Crow Armstrong, what an incredible trade that's worked out to be for the Chicago Cubs.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
There are better opportunities out there for LeBron than the Lakers if this is how the Lakers are going to operate.
They really put Milwaukee as bad. I had to put my glasses on. Giannis may not be there. I'll tell you for now. New York!
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Dear God, it's a real 3-point shooting festival. Golden State are 5 for 21. The Raptors are 4 for 19. So they're 9 for 40 combined from 3. I took the over in game, and Cam said, I don't know, this pace doesn't look very quick. And the pace isn't the problem. The problem is these kids keep missing. Like, they come in like layup after layup. Like, there's been like 5 points since I put the bet in. What did it fall to? I don't think it's that bad, though. What is it now? Oh, that's actually 167.5. And I got 166.5. So we're sort of on pace. The Raptors have chipped away. They keep getting free throws now. So the Raptors are now up a 6 spot, actually, guys. And the odds makers were all aware of this. This Raptor team, they're trying in this summer league. Like the kids that they have on the floor, they're balling. And they also have some guys that are on the Raptors playing in this as well. So it's not just all rookies. The Raptors are a pretty deep team with young players. All right, let's bring in Julio Rosario right now. Big card Julio from Colorado. What's up, Julio? How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, gentlemen. Look, this is the night you need leagues like lacrosse or volleyball, some of these fringe leagues. This Thursday night, you got to take over, right? You need to showcase yourself during the baseball all-star break. So good for the summer league. NBA Summer League always treats you well during this time of year.
Let's not forget, Julio, the CFL was on CBS Sports
CFL's tonight. Yeah, that's right.
Network that you've worked for, Julio, right? Are you going to be working those games in the truck this year? The glamorous Jacksonville States and Georgia States of the world again?
I'm hoping to get some UTEP, some more New Mexico State, and some
you're trying to move up in the world a little and then climb the ladder, get a little bit more Southwest
Pretty
action,
spots,
right?
too. Like UTEP, State, that's gorgeous views and stuff there. That'd be nice, Julio. Good stuff.
Julio was in the Alabama circle last year, the Alabama States, and you know what I mean? Not bad, love it. Like you were in the football heartland and great barbecue and stuff like that, but you're in Colorado. That'd be nice, eh? Like Julio, like if in a couple of years you were just doing like the Wyoming games and the Mountain West games, which I think is CBS as well still. So keep that up. All right. So what do you got going on here? Are you betting this the women's Euro? I haven't been betting it that much, to be honest with you. I've been busy during the days, and like normally I bet on all this stuff, and especially these international soccer tournaments, but I don't know. It's erratic. I know we're going into the semifinals here. So today I jumped in on the in-game under 3.5. It was 2-0 in like the 70th minute or whatever. I'm like, oh yeah, this looks like it's going to win. All right, good stuff. And freaking England scores 2 goals in like a matter of seconds. And they end up winning in one of the craziest like penalty kick sequences you're ever going to see between Sweden and England, women's Euro. Are you betting this stuff, Julio?
I got nipped in the butt a couple of times betting under 2.5s and it losing late in the second half. So I sort of
we should be betting the
from
overs. These girls score a lot.
Yeah, I should. Yeah, right. But I've been losing a little bit, so I've been steering clear.
All right. So what do you got for us for this weekend?
Quickly, just Major League Baseball. Just dipping my feet with the All-Star break returning. Detroit and Texas under 8.5 runs. The gift that keeps on giving. Chicago Fire overs. We're going to do over 3.5 goals against Club Montreal this weekend, plus 130. And the Vancouver Whitecaps with the MLS upset of the weekend, plus 290 against San Diego this weekend. Big matchup for the Whitecaps.
Wow. I like, you know what? That's a real interesting game. We saw last night San Diego fall short to TFC on their home field, and it appears as if though San Diego are starting to come back down to earth a little bit, right? They're an expansion team. They do spend money. They got Boateng from Germany on the team and stuff. They do have like a bunch of name players, but they're older, and I don't know, what's the dude's name? Mino or whatever the hell it was. There was some dude on San Diego. He was on loan, and he played against the Whitecaps last time, and he scored 4 goals. The guy literally scored 4 goals in the first half of the game. It was insane. And he's not there anymore. They haven't had him for the last couple of games, San Diego. He went back to Europe. And, and they weren't the same. Like, San Diego really struggled. They didn't look great last night. So you got the Whitecaps coming off a massive win last night. They're not 100% the Caps, but it looks like they're getting their little bit of swagger and their confidence back. Nice 3-0 win against the Dynamo on the road last night. And this is a nice big revenge spot. Like I said, like San Diego messed the Whitecaps up 5-3 on their home field a couple of weeks ago. And this is payback now. Whitecaps plus 290. I like where you're going with that, Julio. I like the boldness.
College football futures, 'tis the season. I'm doing over 5.5 with Rich Rodriguez returning to West Virginia. Over 5.5 wins for the Mountaineers, plus 110.
Interesting. I We were talking about Nick Saban coming back. I think this would be a great spot for him, actually. But they just hired Rich Rod to return. 5.5, manageable. So you got to get to 6. He's going to be hell-bent on getting to a bowl game in their first year. They open up with Robert Morris. Winnable game, obviously. West Virginia at Ohio, winnable game. You're 2-0. Pittsburgh, West Virginia, kind of a toss-up, but, lean Pitt, but toss-up. West Virginia at Kansas. And speaking of Kansas, actually, Tommy, if you can, do we got the last best of X up here? This is Kansas's new end zone, actually, this year, which is actually pretty badass. They've been working on their stadium for years, if you guys recall. Last couple of years at Kansas games, there's like cranes and concrete like all over the place, and they're like, don't worry about it. It's going to look really cool soon. Not bad. It almost looks like a Lego stadium at first.
Wow.
I was like, man, it's not even real, but yeah, it is. That's their new, look at how cool. That blue is their end zone. That's pretty badass.
That's amazing. It's like kind of making me dizzy. Whoa, it's like, wow, that looks
like a Vegas carpet in a casino.
It really does. Yeah, that looks like a Vegas carpet. Put a couple ashes down there.
Yeah. Welcome to the Cosmopolitan.
That's right. You're so right. It's a Vegas
Look
carpet.
at the seats, though. Doesn't it look like it's Lego? I'm like, is this real or is this some sort of Lego makeup?
Dude,
like,
it's making me.
That's their stadium.
No, you're right. Look at the way it's boxed like that. You're right. That looks like a Lego stadium. Great call. Great carpet.
That's a badass end zone, though.
Oh, yeah.
Very.
You're going to have the suck uniforms the entire season, but 3 games will give you with the best uniform. Those are the issues I have. The powder blues out for the Chargers. That should be every game. The Miami Dolphins old uniforms that they throw it back to. That should be your uniform, not the trash you wear now. The Patriots. You ever see them throw back with a little football player in the helmet? It is beautiful. But let's keep the trash uniform.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
So they're working together to kind of figure out what's happening here. Like you mentioned, we saw these videos of these 2 pitches that he threw, but there's a reason that those were flagged. It's this betting integrity monitoring service called IC360 flagged specific bets on those 2 games from Ohio, New Jersey, and New York, which were placed on these things called micro betting markets.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Seiya Suzuki and Pete Crow Armstrong is the first time the Cubs have ever had 2 players reach 25 home runs before the team's 95th game. I thought that was a stunningly odd statistic that you would have just thought, well, the Cubs, storied franchise, all these big superstars that they've had, and even superstar tandems, they've never been this good, and they continue to be that, man. They are just continuing to hammer the baseball. Pete Crow Armstrong, what an incredible trade that's worked out to be for the Chicago Cubs.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
There are better opportunities out there for LeBron than the Lakers if this is how the Lakers are going to operate.
They really put Milwaukee as bad. I had to put my glasses on. Milwaukee. Giannis may not be there. I'll tell you right now. New York.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I am Morency. The Raptors have blown the lead. We got a close one. It's 51-48 with a little under 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. All right, so as far as the open is concerned, Matt Fitzpatrick, who a lot of the Sharps liked coming into this tournament, he was like 37-1. I liked him too, but I was like, I can't play everybody. And then last night, like I said, it started, and I got screwed right away. I was like, well, I'm going to get in on this. I don't want to get mad if he wins. So I took him, but I only got him at 20-1. But I do have a piece of Matt Fitzpatrick at 20-1 to win. So he's 4 under. Bezoudenhout is 4 under. Olsen is 4 under. Haotong Lee is 4 under. Harris English is 4 under. Scotty Scheffler is right there, guys, at 3 under. Hatton, who we all liked, is 3 under. Westwood is 2 under. Where's Fleetwood, Cam? What did Fleetwood do? Where's he at?
He's 2 over. He's right on the cut line. He actually had a really bad break today.
That's not good.
They talked about it. No, actually, you know what? Don't think about it that way. Think about it like 2. There's a lot of guys that
still
6,
early.
7 over.
I get it.
Yeah, that's the whole thing, right? Like everyone's like, you know what? If you're 4 over, that's concerning. I think anything under that, you're still okay. He had the worst part of the weather too. Also, he had a ball that landed in a friggin' like rock, and the caddy before him raked the bunker, and like his caddy went up to the guys like, dude, like they were freaking out on the broadcast day. Nobody caught more bad breaks today than Tommy Fleetwood. It's crazy. Like, what does this guy have to do? He had really bad lies and divots and all sorts of stuff. But I'll say this, Scotty Scheffler, he's 1 back. Yeah. He's got Scotty Scheffler's 1 back.
His odds are plus 220 now. That's crazy.
I know. That's he hit 3 fairways and he's 3 under. I don't know how the hell he did it. This guy's
He's the first player ever I see that in the history of that course to never hit a fairway and be 3 under.
Yeah, it's nuts. No, yeah. He hit 3 of 18 basically, and they count fairways on like other. Yeah,
3 of 18.
So anyway,
Rory is plus 850. John Rahm is 12-1. Fitzpatrick is now down to 12-1. Hatton was like 30. Yeah, but now he's like Hatton's like 12-1 now. He was 33-1. You're like Babano. What you got him at doesn't help anybody now.
No, you heard my picks last night on the show.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't help anyone.
It's right there. No, it doesn't help anybody. I don't want him at 11. No.
Justin Rose is 22-1. So who do you say wins? Who's the one winner on this board then? Going to win the tournament?
I don't know. I don't like our odds, but I'm really happy where Hatton's at right now. From the eye test today, a guy that's getting no luck and he's 2 under, who actually missed like 9 putts lipped out, was Maverick McNeely. He was actually probably, in my opinion, the most underrated golfer today. He's 45-1 live. And watch out, Gabe. There's a golfer that had a bad year, but he's coming back with fine form. Tom Kim, live at 70-1. He is 2 under par right now. That's a nice number for a guy that's starting to figure it out.
No value. I think the value's obviously gone with Fitzpatrick when you consider he was 37-1, 35-1, etc. If I had to say who's going to win, I don't know. I know Scheffler's always lurking. He's right there, but I'm going to say Fitzpatrick actually wins this thing. So he's plus 1,200 right now. All right, so CFL football tomorrow. Last couple of years, you guys know we've been posting picks for every damn game, 3 side, total side tees are not easy. I don't always like everything in the game, but we've been murdering it. This year, it's been a freaking grind, and we keep track of the score. We're actually 37-37 now, which is kind of frustrating to be honest. But you know what? I feel good about this week. We went 3-1 tonight with the posted picks before the game. I've been riding the Calgary Stampeders. I bet on them every game this year. This will be the first time I do not. I think the Winnipeg Blue Bombers light them up tomorrow. I think it's payback is a bitch time. Calgary's been on a roll, beating all their rivals and stuff. This is like their 4th tough sort of quote-unquote competitive rival game in a row they're playing. They beat Winnipeg 2 weeks ago. Winnipeg haven't played since. Calgary played on Saturday afternoon. You got a short week right now, Friday night against an angry Bombers team. And, the game is sold out. And Bomber fans are nut jobs. Give me the Bombers tomorrow night. Give me the over 50 in this game. Cam, what's your pick for Calgary and Winnipeg?
I like Winnipeg as well. Milt Stegall, with his son passing away, they're making the trip there. Bomber legend. Everything's pointing to Winnipeg right now. They were going to be so damn angry in this game. Calgary, you better bring your A game or you might get slaughtered.
It's a week-to-week league. Listen, if Calgary pulls this off tomorrow, then we really got to start taking this football team seriously. They'll be 5-1 with a bunch of very impressive road wins, but it's a long season in the Canadian Football League. 18 games, a lot of racetrack left, but we're done. We'll see you on the Friday Night Freak Show. Other than that, you're on your own. Later.